Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really interesting, kind of modern paradox. The very same AI that can make a business smarter and faster also creates brand new ways for it all to come crashing down. So, how in the world do you plan for a disaster when the rulebook has been completely thrown out? So, let's just set the stage here. You've got two different worlds. On one hand, there's the old school way of doing things. Think manual data backups, worrying about physical servers in a closet, and dusting off a big binder when things go wrong. But on the other hand, you have the new AI-powered approach. We're talking automated, predictive, and built for a recovery that happens in a flash. This huge shift is really at the core of everything we're going to talk about. All right, before we get into the whole AI revolution, we've got to make sure we're all on the same page. Let's cover the absolute fundamentals of just, keeping the lights on. First up, you have business continuity, or BC. And if there's one word to remember here, it's proactive. This isn't about what you do after the fire. It's about having a plan in place so your most important people can keep working while the fire alarm is going off. Then you've got disaster recovery, DR. This is the other side of that coin. This is the reactive part. When something bad actually happens, a nasty cyber attack, a flood, a power outage, you name it, DR is your step-by-step guide to getting all the tech, all the systems, and all your data back up and running. So here's the simplest way to think about it. Business continuity is the fire drill. It's about keeping people productive even when chaos is breaking out. Disaster recovery? That's the blueprint for rebuilding the office after the fire is out. They're two different things, but they're absolutely linked at the hip. And why is this so critical right now? Well, because today, any downtime is more than just an annoyance. It can be a full-blown catastrophe. A good plan protects your data, for sure, but maybe even more importantly, it protects the trust that your customers have placed in you. Lose that, and you've got a real problem. Okay, now for the plot twist. Just when we thought we had the rules all figured out, AI walks onto the stage and basically tears up the old playbook. Everything is different now. Now, first things first, let's be clear. AI brings some incredible firepower. It can automate all those mind-numbing tasks, freeing up humans to do more important work. It can spot security threats a person would totally miss. And the insights it can pull from giant piles of data, it's a genuine leap forward. But, and it's a big but, all that power comes with a new, dizzying level of complexity. See, AI isn't just another piece of software you install. It needs special hardware, super complex code, and it all has to talk to each other perfectly. When you weave all those threads together, the whole tapestry becomes much, much harder to protect. And with that complexity, you get brand new dangers. We're talking about attacks that old-school security has never even seen before. Things like adversarial attacks, which are designed to trick an AI, or data poisoning, where someone corrupts the very information the AI learns from, turning your powerful tool into a dangerous liability. And maybe the scariest part of all, AI is nothing without its data. An AI model that can't get to its training data is like a Ferrari with an empty gas tank. It's just a very expensive paperweight. That data becomes this huge single point of failure that you have to guard with your life. And look, this isn't just some far-off theoretical problem. You can see it right here in the data. These attacks, the ones designed to fool or corrupt AI, are happening right now. Adversarial attacks, in particular, are a huge new weak spot that most traditional disaster plans have no answer for. Okay, so that's the problem. It's complex, it's a little scary. So what do we actually do about it? Well, that brings us to the new playbook, an actual framework you can use to build modern resilience. The first thing you have to get is that this needs a whole new mindset. The old way of writing a plan, putting it in a binder and sticking it on a shelf to collect dust, that's over. It's obsolete. In the world of AI, your strategy has to be alive. It has to be agile, constantly adapting and evolving as fast as the tech does. So here it is. This is the modern roadmap. It looks pretty standard at first, right? You assess your risks, you define your goals, you build your strategies. But look at that last step, test and maintain. It feeds right back into the beginning, creating a loop. It's not a one-and-done project. It's a continuous cycle.
That's the game changer. And let's just drill down for a second on defining those goals, because this is so important. You have to answer two really simple but really hard questions. First, your RTO, recovery time objective. That's how long can we afford to be down? An hour? A day? Second, your RPO, recovery point objective. That's how much data are we okay with losing? The last 5 minutes? The last hour? Your answers to those two questions will shape everything else you do.
So what does this actually look like when you put it all together? Let's take a look at how this new playbook is building a much more resilient future. I mean, this case study from a financial firm really says it all. After they put an AI-driven plan into action, look what happened. Fraud incidents went way down. Their downtime was slashed. And, oh, by the way, they saved a ton of money. This proves that this isn't just about surviving a disaster. It's about building a better, stronger, more efficient business every single day. So what are the big takeaways here? What should you be doing? Well, it really boils down to thinking bigger. It's not just a tech problem. It's about locking down your security, making sure you're handling data properly, and getting your teams to actually talk to each other. And critically, it's about training your people and facing the fact that you need new skills for this new world. And this quote right here, this really points to where everything is headed. For years, we've thought of business continuity in cybersecurity as two different jobs, maybe done by two different teams. Those days are over. They're merging. They're becoming one single field that's all about resilience. At the end of the day, you just can't have one without the other anymore. Which kind of leaves us with one big final question to chew on. As we lean more and more on AI for everything, are we accidentally building a world that's more fragile, more brittle, and easier to break? Or are we using this incredible technology to build a new kind of resilience, one that's smarter and faster than anything we've had before? It seems like the answer to that really depends on how well we plan.